Hello, sixth graders, and welcome to this virtual field trip about ancient Greece. Today we are going to look at some really important places in ancient Greece that show some of the religious expressions in their culture. So the first place that we're going to look at is, now the word Olympia kind of sounds like Olympics, and that is because Olympia is where the first Olympics took place. So here we have Olympia. You can look around at some of the land here. Today there's ancient ruins all around here to show people who want to come and look at where the first Olympics took place. So there's lots of ancient ruins. And the ancient Greeks would come here to worship Zeus, their Greek god. And so the Olympics were a very religious thing, and it was definitely a religious expression in their culture, these Olympic Games that they would have. And so what you will do is you'll go to this website right here. And it's a really great website about the Olympics, and it talks about the history of the Olympics. And so here's where you'll read. You'll read this whole page about the Olympics, and you'll learn about the history and the religion. And then up in this corner is a video that you'll watch. And in this video, you will learn about what the Olympics were like before they had any rules. And you'll kind of learn about the importance of rules, and you'll even get to write in your journal about, let's look exactly what you're going to write. So you will, after watching the video, record in your journal answers to the following questions. 1. What happened to the ancient Greeks when they did not have the rules in the Olympics? 2. Why is it important to have rules when we play games? And 3. Why is it important for everyone to follow the rules? So you'll just reflect on rules and why they were important in the ancient Olympic Games and why they're important now. So that's the first place where we can see some religious expression in the ancient Greek culture in Olympia, Greece. So next, we're going to go to a place called Mars Hill. So I'll X out of this so you can see where we're going. Okay, so this is like Stone Hill in Athens, Greece, and it's right next to the Acropolis and ancient ruins from Greece. And this was a really important hill because this is where philosophers and all of the scholars and people in ancient Greece would come here, and they would discuss really important things like religion and philosophy. And and also astronomy was a huge thing that would have been discussed on Mars Hill. And astronomy was another way that people tried to explore religion, and many of their ideas that they came up with back then we have built upon today, and we use many of their ideas. And so you're going to go to this website here and learn a little bit about the phases of the moon, and you'll play a game about the phases of the moon. So you'll just click on this website, and then he was an important figure in the Christian religion who came to Mars Hill, and he preached an important sermon to the people, and lots of people were there listening. And someone even recorded, his words were recorded in the Bible that people read today. And lots and lots of Christians read those words that he spoke. And it shows the importance of writing things down. When you write your ideas down, then other people can read them. And so you are going to practice some writing of your own. It says here that you will now have some practice with writing. Write a narrative piece where you tell the story of yourself on Mars Hill. So imagine that you are on this hill where lots of scholars and important people came and they spoke and they discussed. So who are you going to talk to? You're going to pretend like you're on Mars Hill, and in your story talk about the narrator, and also talk about the other characters. Who are you going to talk to on Mars Hill? Maybe you'll do something like Paul the Apostle did and talk to lots of people, or maybe you'll just discuss with a few important people. But tell us who you're talking to, and tell us what you're going to say to these people. What is important to you, and what do you think that people need to know? So talk about that, and make sure that you have an organized sequence of events, and also make sure you have some dialogue. So write in things that you are saying and that another person is saying back to you, so that we can get a feeling of what you guys are saying to each other. And so just you'll write this piece, and this will be a way to maybe record some of your thoughts in writing. So next we will go to a theater in ancient Greece. So let's head on over. It's actually really close to Mars Hill, but it's an ancient theater, and theater was really important to the ancient Greeks, and especially because theater was another expression of religion in their culture. So if you've ever heard of a tragedy or a comedy, those are terms that were invented, that were started by the Greeks. The word tragedy comes from, it means goat song, because they used to sacrifice their goats to their god Dionysus, and they would do that before all of their performances. And so that's where they get the word tragedy. So this was really a religious thing. They were making a sacrifice of their goat to a god. And so this was another expression of religion in their culture. And plays are something we still have today. We still have tragedies, we still have comedies, and we've built on these ideas that the Greeks started. And so what you're going to do, learn play called Wicked, and you'll just watch this scene, and after you do, then after you do that, you will write in your journal a list with 2 columns. One column will list the similarities between the play's world and your world. The other column will list the differences between the play's world and your world. So I think that you will find that there are some definite similarities between plays and the real world, and then there's also differences. There's some things in plays that don't happen in real life. So I just want you to explore that and figure out what things are similar and what things are different in your journal. So just to review really quick the places that we visited this theater because this was an expression of religion through them worshiping or giving sacrifice to their god Dionysus. And then we also went to Mars Hill, which was an important place to discuss religion, and it's also where a Christian religious figure, he came and preached to the people on this hill. So that was another place of religion in Greece. And then we also visited Olympia, where the first Olympics took place, which was a way to worship their god Zeus. And so we can see that there are so many things in their culture that express their religion, and they're things that we still have today. We still have Olympics. We still have the Bible that recorded things from Mars Hill, and the things that Paul said there, and we still have theater. We still have tragedies and comedies, and so thank you so much for coming on this virtual field trip, and I hope that you learned a lot, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.